So picture this. You're standing on a factory floor, looking at this massive, expensive piece of manufacturing equipment, and you gotta wonder, how productive is that machine actually? I mean, sure, it's making noise, it's running, but are you really getting your money's worth out of its true capacity? Well, welcome to today's explainer. We're gonna decode an absolutely vital concept called overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE. We'll break down the formula and show you exactly how to evaluate if your equipment is literally performing at its peak.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at our agenda. First up, what is OEE? Then we'll cover usage, the uptime metric, followed by efficiency, the output rate, and quality, defect-free production. After that, we'll talk about avoiding common exam errors and wrap up with OEE beyond the factory.
What is OEE? So to kick things off, we really need to understand what this metric is all about. OEE is a critical non-financial measure that exists to answer one very specific question. How productively is your manufacturing equipment actually being used?
And the whole concept boils down to one simple equation. OEE equals usage times efficiency times quality. That's it. This plain text formula is your foundational anchor for machine productivity, and we'll be coming back to it a lot in this explainer. Basically, if just one of these three variables takes a hit, your overall effectiveness plummets right along with it.
Section 2. Usage, the uptime metric. Let's start peeling back the layers on this first component. To make this super tangible, let's pretend we run a factory together, okay? And our main asset is this giant widget press. So what do we actually mean when we say usage? Well, usage is simply your actual runtime, which a lot of folks just call uptime, expressed as a percentage of your available machine time. Put simply, this metric is just asking, hey, is the machine actually turned on and running during the hours it's scheduled to run? Let's apply this to our factory floor. Say our widget press is available and scheduled to be used for a 10-hour shift, but it only ends up running for 8 hours because of some routine maintenance or idle wait times. That 8 hours, that's our actual runtime. So 8 divided by 10 gives us an 80% usage rate. Pretty straightforward.
Section 3. Efficiency, the output rate. Let's move to and see how this builds, because, just having the machine switched on, that is definitely not the whole story.
While usage tells us if the machine is awake and operating, efficiency reveals how fast the machine is running compared to its perfect ideal speed. Basically, it compares your actual output, or your run rate, against the optimal run rate.
Going back to our widget press, let's say the manufacturer's shiny manual says the ideal run rate for this beast is 100 widgets per hour. But in reality, our actual run rate on the floor is only churning out 80 widgets an hour. When we compare our actual output to that optimal output, we get an efficiency of 80%. And here's the kicker. Running below that optimal speed severely drags down our overall equipment effectiveness, even if our usage rate is sky high.
Section 4. Quality, defect-free production. Now we're getting to the final piece of the OEE puzzle. This shifts our focus away from the machine's speed and directly onto the actual, usable outcome of the whole production process.
Because think about it, producing widgets incredibly fast literally means nothing if they come out cracked, broken, or totally unsellable. Quality equals your defect-free output as a percentage of your total output. It's just measuring the good usable units out of the entire batch you just ran.
And this brilliantly illustrates a vital point. Let's say out of all the widgets our press made, 85% are defect-free and ready to go. But look at that 15% slice. That's defective output that has to be thrown away as scrap or totally reworked. And honestly, nobody wants to deal with the nightmare of a broken widget press just churning out trash. You simply cannot achieve a high OEE if a huge chunk of your output goes straight into the dumpster.
Section 5. Avoiding common exam errors. Now I want to take a quick sec to shift gears here. If you're a CMA candidate or a professional studying up on these performance metrics, you really want to pay close attention to this next part. It is a classic trap that trips up exam takers all the time.
So the crucial point is this: you absolutely cannot mix up efficiency and quality. Efficiency is strictly about speed. It's your actual run rate versus your ideal rate. Quality, on the other hand, is strictly about perfection, your defect-free output versus your total output. On an exam, they will try to blur these lines just to mess with you. Just lock this in your brain. Efficiency is speed, quality is perfection. Keep them completely separate in your analysis.
Okay, let's bring it all home and reassemble these three elements. Higher usage plus higher output rates plus higher quality equals greater effectiveness. Since OOE is a multiplication formula, optimizing all three at once is absolutely crucial. Watch this.
If you multiply our 80% usage by our 80% efficiency by our 85% quality, boom, you suddenly realize your true overall effectiveness is actually just 54.4%. Wow, right? It's a real eye-opener and a super powerful tool that forces you to pinpoint exactly where you're losing productivity. Section 6. OEE Beyond the Factory. To wrap up this explainer, let's actually step off the manufacturing floor for a second. We used a widget press as our main example, but the broader concept of usage is universally critical across all sorts of different business models.
Let's rapidly connect the dots here. Think about airlines. They have to measure how many flights their fleet is actually utilized for and how many paying customers are in those seats. Hotels, they live and die by their occupancy rates. Media companies want to sell targeted advertising for every possible time slot. The point is, they all rely on their own specific, non-financial usage metrics to gauge effectiveness. The exact application might change, but the core philosophy, it's identical.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer, and I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative question to chew on. Whether you're running a massive factory floor, managing an entire airline fleet, or just trying to optimize digital ad space, are you measuring your true capacity, or are you just guessing? By applying the rigorous usage, efficiency, and quality framework we walked through today, you can uncover some serious hidden productivity losses in your own industry. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep striving for total effectiveness.